Hi, I'm Alan, head of IT security for a major organization, and I want to tell you about a book I've just read. It's helped me understand the world of cyber attacks and how they are on the increase. It's called Downtime Abbey. The characters all play a role in defending the Abbey from a targeted cyber attack. The main character, Major Armadillo, is the butler who works with Lady Emily Enterprise to ensure that security is maintained during the annual party at Downtime Abbey. He employs a team of security experts to help him protect the Abbey and ensure that the family silver is safe. The book also casts Freddie Firewall as the footman, Inspector Sim as the police inspector, Steve Stealth as the valet, Mr. DDoS as the gamekeeper, and Ellie Email as one of the invited guests. The story begins with Lady Emily Enterprise, the owner of Downtime Abbey, meeting with her newly appointed trusted butler, Major Armadillo, to consult on the preparations for the annual dinner party. The party is to be held in the Grand Hall at the Abbey and is the highlight of the social calendar. Lady Enterprise is keen to ensure that the party goes well and that all the invited guests have fun. However, she has heard that there is a gang in town who may want to gate-crash the party, and so she tasks Major Armadillo to ensure that security is tight, paying particular attention to the safety of the family silver. The Major explained that his team had everything under control. Major Armadillo took a collaborative approach, employing Freddie Firewall and Mr. DDoS to ensure that the family silver was kept safe, but also ensuring that the invited partygoers have fun. Major Armadillo also held meetings with Inspector Sim and Steve Stealth. Between these people, they felt they had things covered. Now, the party invites were being handled by an external agency. Harry Hacker, who worked for the agency, was a shady character and thought he would invite some additional guests of his own. His friends, Troy Trojan, Sally Spam, and Max Malware, were a rather unsavory bunch who could pose as a potential security risk. Come the great day, everything was running smoothly. Mr. DDoS, the gamekeeper, was in position at the gatehouse, checking invites prior to arrival. Freddie Firewall was announcing the guests into the Great Hall and was checking invites. It was all going incredibly well, and Lady Enterprise was delighted. But something wasn't right. There seemed to be more guests than anyone had expected. Harry Hacker's gang had arrived and were trying to do their best to be disruptive and cause mayhem. Troy Trojan had already made his way to the scullery and let his freeloading pals into the party, and Max Malware was busy infecting legitimate guests with his flu virus. Sally Spam seemed to be everywhere, while Ellie Email, who had a legitimate invite, wasn't even noticed. It was clear that the attack on the Abbey was being coordinated by someone, and that someone was Professor Persistence. While the entrance is being overrun by uninvited guests, there are people entering rooms and opening cupboards that they shouldn't, rifling through all of Lady Emily's personal belongings, looking for the silver. Major Armadillo gets Mr. DDoS to spring into action and coordinates with Freddie Firewall to stop the uninvited guests, whilst at the same time allowing the legitimate guests in. Fortunately, Major Armadillo had requested that Inspector Sim monitor the situation for potential risks, using the CCTV system he had installed before the party. The criminal gang thought they had covered their tracks, but Inspector Sim had been logging where they entered the Abbey and monitored which rooms they had gone into, providing enhanced intelligence and visibility into their movements. They now knew where each gang member had gone, and so were able to figure out what they were trying to remove from the Abbey. Inspector Sim was then able to tell Freddie Firewall to block just the gang members from leaving the Abbey. Lady Enterprise was relieved, but suddenly realized that the family silver may still be at risk. Major Armadillo stepped forward to calm her fears. He asked Steve Stealth to reveal all, and by pushing a book on the bookcase reveals a secret hiding place where the silver had been hidden all the time. Major Armadillo was pleased that he had taken a collaborative approach to securing the event, employing Freddie Firewall, Mr. DDoS, Inspector Sim, and Steve Stealth. Major Armadillo was able to report back to Lady Enterprise that everything was okay. But where was Professor Persistence? The point is, we don't know. He pops up any time, anywhere, and next time, he could be after you. The book has helped me to understand that an attack is an attack, whether it be on an abbey in the 20th century or a cyber attack on a corporate network in the 21st century. A coordinated attack requires a coordinated response, a response that can only be assembled by a company like Armadillo Managed Services.